It's hard to remember way back when. Is it back when or back then?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's our buddy Chris D. Clark on the guitar and singing. I'm Eric with WhyteSpyder plus Skew Ninja.
No, Skew Ninja plus WhyteSpyder.
Skew Ninja plus WhyteSpyder. Why you always correct me on our brand?
Because that's my job.
Okay, that's true. And this is our CMO, Brooke McNeely Galligan the 15th. And this is a special, very special guest we have with us today. This is Tara Howerton, my wife.
So lucky.
You are so lucky.
Congratulations, first of all, Tara, for having Eric Howerton propose to you.
Yes.
And for saying yes.
Biggest life accomplishment yet.
I know. I was even there, and I filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
And you had no idea that it was going to be a special day. You thought it was just a regular day.
Exactly.
So, Tara,
just show up.
Other than being a super beautiful, sexy woman, what do you do for a living?
What do I do? I am a nurse at the VA.
Okay.
Or am I still a nurse since I'm not at the bedside anymore?
And yeah, we kind of go through that a little bit. She used to be an ICU RN.
And now I'm maybe not an RN.
And maybe, no, now you're not anymore because you went and you started doing administrative type stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you work at the VA.
I do. I work at the VA.
There we go.
As the clinical transfer coordinator.
Most beautiful clinical transfer coordinator of all time.
Okay.
Sorry.
And currently, I'm also a UAMS student for the nurse practitioner program.
Hey, little hand clap.
I know. You
jingle.
got your master's too. Congratulations.
I actually got my master's in 2017. It just takes a year and a half to get your name on the walk. So I went and I photographed me and Wyatt went out and I found my name and took a picture and I put it on Facebook and everybody was like, "Wow, congratulations!" And I was like, "I did great in 2017."
Hello, I'm here.
Oh yeah,
I'm here, y'all. I felt so alone for a second. Don't turn that down. Don't lose me. Don't lose me.
I know.
Oh, that was you. All right, you can shut that one down.
I messed it up again. Oh,
don't
here
lose me. No.
But I can still hear you just fine.
Okay, no, isn't that crazy? It's like a little slightly loud on my end. Like this armchair keeps making all kinds of noises.
I can't hear it. That's just you being awkward.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep you a little loud.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be a great ride.
It is the first one.
Great video. So, you're studying being a nurse practitioner, and tell us a little bit about your background in the military. Because that's right, my wife is a military woman.
So I'll just make it super short.
Okay.
So I spent 11 years active duty in the Air Force and 3 in the reserve, and then.
Why do you keep looking at me like that, babe?
Because I'm talking to you.
Okay.
See, you're included now.
Yeah.
And when she looked at me, you felt.
I keep
you're
catching
just
like.
This way awkward.
I know. I keep catching like.
No.
Okay, it's just me.
Really, it's you. Because when she was looking at me, we were having conversation. You
Right.
felt left out. So then she looked at you, and you're thinking
now
it's weird.
It's like I'm a little mesmerized. Sorry.
I'm just gonna answer his questions, but look at you.
That's fine.
Why are you leaning your head on the microphone?
I'm like, oh god, this is a great one.
The reason why you're leaning your head on the microphone, it was Taco Tuesday today.
It was Taco Tuesday.
And we went down to Mr. Loco Taco, downtown Springdale. Brooke annihilated 3 tacos.
A whole 3 of them.
I know.
They were so good.
I mean, tell her how many ribs you annihilated the other night.
I snacked on some ribs. I had about a rack.
By yourself?
By myself.
I mean, and if there was more, he would have had more.
Yeah. Well, the night before, Tara made some ribs, and she only made like 1 rack for both of us.
I made like half a rack, and that was not okay.
No, it wasn't, because I got done gnawing down my rack.
And you're like, are you gonna eat that? And he's like,
I did that last night. But the time before, I got up to get me some more ribs, and there weren't any more. There was no more ribs.
No more ribs.
No, wonderful cook though. You're from Louisiana, Rain, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Right outside of Lafayette.
Close.
I've been known to. Okay, we won't go down that road, but I've been known to go a little bit Cajun, right?
Oh,
or try to.
Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, so can we tell the stories?
Oh my! I mean, I don't care.
Story number 1: Tara takes me down. Tara takes me down to Rain, Louisiana, and we had a crawfish bowl. And
I have a feeling that this one was for that accent.
You think that's a fail? Crawfish bowl.
There you go.
With her and her family, and they make up this ketchup and the other secret ingredient mixture for crawfish dipping sauce, and then I did a little twisty on mine. Brought a little Arkansas down to Louisiana, and blew the minds of her family. Tara was a little judgmental during the whole thing, but her family was like, "Wow, this is really great." good Cajun
Were they like
crawfish sauce.
humoring you, or they?
I mean,
like...
I think exactly. That's the thing that I don't think he thinks exists.
Yeah.
From my perspective, it's like,
we do
wow.
every day here at WhyteSpyder. Like, there's a whole stuff we don't.
Is there something else going on here that I'm not aware
hang
of?
on every word you say.
Exactly.
Do you?
Yeah.
Thank
So
y'all.
enthralled.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Y'all, I really do. I really
Yeah.
do. And so they loved it. So I brought that back to Arkansas. A little something Cajun back to Arkansas. And then last night,
You stepped it up a notch.
I did. Last night I stepped it up a notch. I made some Cajun rice.
That consisted of what? Do share.
It had I reheated some rice from
that I had probably made to start off.
that my
So
wife-
you had
already
a good
Cajun.
Yeah, it's already
base.
Cajun rice technically, but I had a little bit of a South Carolina vinegar-based barbecue sauce to it, and it turned straight up into some Arkansan. Arcajun.
How is that Arkansan?
It's Arcajun.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
It's Arcajun rice.
Okay, that's fine.
It was really, really great. It was great. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. And so I took a little shot of it, sent it to Tara, said, "Hey, your hubby is Cajun now." And then she just got irritated from there on out. I was just trying to say, "Hey, I'm participating in your culture, and you should be proud of me for that." And it turned out to be like very defensive, kind of this Cajun, like.
You don't know.
Pride.
Yeah,
I know exactly. I'm like, that is a culture thing. Like, back off. I am Cajun. Like, you are from Jonesboro. I was like, that's
you are
me,
Arkansan.
like, throwing up like gang signs and being like, "Hey, look, I'm in your fraternity now." Not the same thing.
I didn't realize we threw up gang signs in my
Oh,
fraternity.
you're stacking whatever you do.
Whatever that weird frat stuff is.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just trying to see, like, do you see that reach? Like, it just doesn't connect.
I don't know. I mean, I felt pretty connected Cajun-wise last night with my rice. But anyway, so we won't go down that way, baby.
No.
But productivity and work ethic.
So I'll have to admit, right now, I've been in the workforce for a long time, and I've never seen somebody like Tara Howerton like get their work on like you do. I mean, it's crazy. Like, first of all, when she gets up in the morning, all right, check this out. Normal people sleep, right?
Yeah.
And when normal
I'm
people,
not a morning person.
I mean, I'm not. I just do it.
Well, it's the craziest thing you'll ever see. 4:30 sharp. I mean, first of all, she's sleeping in super white noise. I mean, and then the alarm hits, and it's like starts out, dun dun whatever, and then she's like immediately she turns it off, and she's popped up out of bed, and by the time I'm like going, "What's happening?" waking up my eyes, she's already walking around the other side of bed and goes, and starts getting ready, and she comes out ready to work out. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like there's a fire. Yeah. She could be the best firefighter ever. I've always told Tara she could either be the best firefighter ever or be a great astronaut, because she could totally just hang out in a capsule, reading a book, and traveling the Milky Way galaxy and not have any need for anything.
And yet I'm married to you.
I know. That's why I say congratulations, babe. That's why I say congratulations, because I brought a whole new element to her life. It's been awesome for you. I know.
What is that? What is that element?
It's a little
tell
Arkansan Cajun thing.
There you go.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not Cajun at all.
No.
I don't know.
Arkansan.
Wait until I'm selling my Eric Howerton.
I always
Cajun
describe
rice.
him as like a hippie redneck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We go to this place when we go to the Kings River Outfitters.
Yeah.
And there's a guy there that when we pull up, he's like, "Oh, look, it's redneck Bill Gates."
Yeah.
Best
I can
ever.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves me.
He does. Yeah. So you must go there
like,
all the time, huh?
Yeah.
I did. Why were you looking up here, Brooke?
Because JS gave me some feedback on our videos.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna call him out right now.
Wow.
And one of them was he hates it when you wear
the sunglasses and the headphones at the same time.
All the time.
And I told him, I was like, I noticed that on the first time you did it, and then there was like a break in between the videos, and I was like, wait, take the sunglasses off, but it was too late because the headphones push it down, and I was like,
and
it just
take it off.
No, you've got sunglass head.
No, it's part of my hairstyle now.
Yeah, it's sunglass head, and it's too
sunglass
late.
Head. It's too late.
I noticed. I did it.
I've already did it.
Yep, you done did it.
I done did it.
Yep, it's too late now.
Yeah, so let's go back to Tara's work ethic. So anyway, she pops out of bed. She goes and works out. She's at the gym at 5. She gets back at 6, and then she's, getting ready, and then she gets to work at 7, and she's got her meals planned and packed, for the day, and everything's on complete orderly schedule.
I know. She used to pack your lunches.
She did.
When you were first married.
Yeah, I know.
She stopped
that. Old. I mean, I'm like in now.
She stopped. But,
or I'd pack it and he wouldn't eat half of it.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate it. And when I did remember that I had a packed lunch, I'd eat it.
Yeah. She probably just left it in the car most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could give it. You can just give it to Bear.
I could give it to. Well, Bear doesn't like to eat much.
Yeah. That's all he does.
That's what he does. Bear, our dog, wakes up, looks for something to eat. You should see him when he eats in the morning. It's revolting.
Seen him eat.
It's revolting.
It is. It's
when he was like a puppy, you just put the food on the floor and he was just like,
yeah. And then he has to stop. It's like clockwork. He'll stop halfway through his food and just sit there and look at me, and he's just trying to get the food down his esophagus because he's packed it all in there, and then he's looking at me like he's about to die, and then he stops and he starts eating again. It's the most amazing thing. So anyway, we got sidetracked on Bear and his eating. So Tara goes through work day, does all that, then she gets home, and then it's gone to the second and third shift of family life, and she's just conquering it and killing it, and so good job, Tara.
Thanks,
and when you're at work, though, I mean, it's pretty amazing because she's one of these people that is like a self-starter, and she like works when she's at the job. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't like not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and she doesn't complain. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm proud of you on that.
Well, thanks.
So why do you do the things that you do, Tara? Why are you?
That's a really big question.
Yeah.
But why?
why do you do that stuff?
Well, I think a big part of it is definitely the military background. I mean, joining at 17, it just totally shapes your entire work ethic, and the military is not somewhere where you can sit and cry and sing Kumbaya and talk about your feelings, and you do it or you don't do it, and either way, it's got to get done, whether you like it or not. And so you just waste a whole lot of time stopping to talk about it and moan about it. That sounded really callous, but
it sounds a lot like...
that's what we tell Wyatt all the time when we start getting him to clean his room. We're like, you could have cleaned your room like 15 minutes ago, but you've been whining this whole time, and now you get no dessert.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like our love relationship too. It's just kind of
great.
Yeah.
So happy. So great.
Yes. That's why we work so well.
That's right. We do. We work really well.
When we work well.
Ooh. Oh. All right. Are we going to do this? We're going to do this. Boom. We're about to get into this topic right now. But so in what do you think I mean, when you look around the workplace at where you're at, I mean, do you feel like the other folks are kind of doing the same thing?
No, I mean, not necessarily. I think that, like I've talked to you before, and there's people that have sort of the same work ethic, and we tend to kind of gravitate towards each other because it's just get the job done. It's not a matter of, okay, is it entirely your job? Should it be done by someone else? Can you do it? And that it be accomplished, and would you save time by just getting it taken care of instead of waiting to find out exactly who that responsibility belongs to, if it doesn't take a whole lot of time and energy away from what your focus is. And and I just find that just tends to be, I mean, you end up being more productive instead of slowing yourself down to stop and see who you can find to pass this off to. I mean, you mess yourself up, you slow things down. And so, no, I don't think that it's definitely not the norm. I mean, you've made me aware of that that I kind of tend to sort of operate in a little silo of just like kind of shutting out a lot of what's going on and just doing whatever needs to be done. But I mean, I wouldn't change it. I don't have any.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is the multitasking, right? Your ability to, do one thing while you're also doing something else. I mean, we were talking.
We all think that we're good at multitasking.
We do all think we're all good at it.
But then there's times where I'm like writing and you're talking, and I'm like, you're like, are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm totally listening to what you're saying. And then like 5 minutes later, it's like, what I say? I'm like,
I can tell you one thing you can't do at the same time. You cannot eat tacos.
I can't eat tacos
and work.
No.
You can't do that.
That would make me so sleepy.
Oh.
Just want to go to sleep right now.
Yeah. So Tara has a pretty strict regimen on I guess diet probably has a lot to do with it, because you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your meal planning and what you do on a daily basis.
Well, it's not necessarily that it's that it's a strict regimen. But as I mean, for example, today alone in my clinicals in the cardiology rotation, we had 4 patients on our service that were between 40 and 50 that had significant cardiac issues. And a lot of it could be avoidable with just taking better care of yourself. And so obviously, I mean, I've been in the medical field for 8 or 9 years, and being in the military before that, being physically active was a part of all of that. But the long-term thought on all that is that a lot of the stuff that people complain about being tired and not being able to think clearly and not being able to have enough time to do what you need to do, a lot of it comes down to how you take care of yourself. And so it's not a super complicated meal plan, but I know how many calories I should eat and not get overweight. And I always say it's cheaper to watch what I eat instead of buy a new wardrobe. And so that's my motivation for it. And
it's calculated. She has a freaking scale for her food.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're measuring that stuff. When do you prepare all your meals for the workday in the mornings, though, don't you?
For the most part, yeah, or like the night before. I mean, but then it's not anything super complicated. I mean, I would basically just eat the same thing for 5 days in a row. But I'm not in this situation where I go out and have lunch in a social professional situation. I mean, I'm in my office and I don't really break away for lunch, so it's very easy for me to just eat what I bring. And so yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more. I mean, being in the medical industry, I mean, one of the things I can appreciate is, we work hard at Ski Ninja plus WhyteSpyder, and we're dealing with a lot of, moving pieces, and we're trying to solve the Milky Way's problems in retail,
Yes,
which is really hard to do, right?
Hard, yeah.
But then I come home, and then Tara's got, she's got a little bit more of a reality check about human life and health and things like that. And I'm kind of like, I didn't save anybody's life today.
Yeah. I didn't, yeah.
And I didn't have to see that.
My husband's the same way though. Like I'll come. I came back from Vancouver and I was like, "This is amazing. Vancouver's amazing. We should like move there." And he's like, "We couldn't afford Vancouver."
Yeah, like.
And I was like,
Debbie
"Don't rain on my parade."
Buzz kill.
It was.
I mean, it was a good, it was a good thought that you could potentially live in Vancouver, and then he crushes your dreams.
And I was like, and all the food was very colorful and like healthy, and I was like, and you could be a farmer there, and you would be able to sell to restaurants better.
And he says no.
He's like, where would I grow stuff? And I'm like, I hadn't thought that far ahead. We should just move there and figure it out.
There you go. Live free.
This is why y'all are in this line of work.
That's right.
Y'all are dreamers.
Yeah, that's right. I never said we shouldn't move to Vancouver.
We were talking about moving the office there. Brooke, we're like, we're gonna open up the WhyteSpyder office.
You would move out of Arkansas?
No, I would not do that. No.
All right.
No, he wasn't. But we can have like a satellite office.
Yeah. She would be there. And
we'll be farming.
She'd be farming and working really hard on a computer every day.
There you go.
Great work ethic.
Do like a little rooftop farm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
They had those.
So, but when you see these experiences, it helps you though, kind of stay pretty level set.
Yeah.
On what the important things are in life, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, you can be 45 and broke or 45 and a millionaire. When you come to the hospital, none of that's going to matter.
Dang.
I mean,
do you got a jingle for that?
No.
Mic drop? Is there a mic drop?
No, but
I mean, that's
come to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, something like that in the medical field, I guess it's one of like the great equalizers. You put on a gown, nobody knows anything about your socioeconomic status, your education. The inside of every human body looks the same, essentially. And, I mean, you're going to be treated the same way. And so, yeah, it makes everyone equal.
It makes me think immediately, like, I need to live as hard as I can today.
No. We're still working on that.
Are we? So Tara does have a long-term view of life, right?
Yes.
And she's taking care of herself.
I think you guys have a different long-term view.
Yeah.
In love life and how your life.
Did you say something about love? I couldn't hear you. Can you?
Don't go there right now.
I know. I feel like it's very different.
It is. I mean, I could be in the hospital tomorrow, so today I better
live
live
like
it up.
Your last day.
Live like it's your last day every freaking day.
I mean, because that's just a good plan all the way around.
Yeah. And so one of the questions that one of our coworkers in there, I'm not pointing at the person.
Like somebody coming in.
That coworker right there that's looking through the window asked.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Okay.
But she was asking. She's like, it might be interesting. I mean, like, I mean, folks know me around the office space, and I can come across sometimes as being maybe a little bit intense at times. Would you say?
That's the joke of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, joke of the day.
I may come across.
But there's that. How does that translate to home life, babe? I mean, am I pretty chill when I get home and all is good, just chilling?
Well, I think it has been a process. You were not initially when we first got together. There was a lot of just working till all hours and then sleeping this real short erratic stretch, and then just there was no balance. I mean, it was just, you were just felt the need just to go, 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 go. And because somebody could always be the next person coming out with the next idea that y'all could have or whatever.
Very true.
Yes,
Very true.
yes. And so
It's a war.
It is a freaking war.
Yes.
Every
every aspect of life is a war in his world. I mean,
love it. Braveheart smile.
Exactly.
Does that look creepy?
Crazy eyes. And so since I am very much, I mean, yeah, I do all this stuff and I get up and go, but I'm also the opposite of like, I enjoy just downtime and chill because things are so hectic and so crazy. I mean, you step outside your door and it's just nonstop. And so I feel like we don't do enough just slowing down and being okay with that. And so he's fought that for quite a, it's probably kind of like when you try to get Wyatt to take a nap, like, and he really fights it. And, but then he wakes up and he's so much happier that he got a nap.
He did, yeah. Like he'll wake up at 5:30 and he's like, "Can I play Nintendo?" And I'm like, "No,
yeah,
go back to bed."
Exactly.
And tell him to go read a book.
What is he thinking?
What is he thinking?
Yeah,
but
sounds like he's trying to live, Brooke.
He is.
Maybe let the little kid live a little bit.
I did. I tell him to go get a book. And I'm like, you can read a book, and you can hang out and read your book, and then literally like 5 minutes later, he's back asleep.
Yeah, exactly. And so he laughs because he says that now that I'm making him tired.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's really pissing me off.
Is she the reason that you whistle when you say your S's?
Probably, you're right. I mean, ever since I started,
mouth is getting more relaxed.
Ever since I started sleeping more, I whistle when I say my S's.
It just reminds me. I think you need a long white beard and like a rocking chair and a porch. Because that's
Tara's
what
dream. She can't wait until that's happening.
She's gonna win. Not your future is not gonna happen, and hers is.
That's right. I think that's what's happening.
Didn't I said this exact thing the other night when we had some argument? And I was like, I'm going to be right at the end. So like, can we just admit in the beginning that I'm right and just save all of this?
And what was my reaction to that?
You're like, oh, yeah.
I think I was just tired of talking at that point. You know,
it's easier.
I'm wasting my time. There's something else.
Happy wife, happy life.
You know.
Yeah. No,
that one's hard too.
I don't think you were tired of talking. Like,
are you ever tired?
I know.
Wow. There's all kinds of new little nuggets popping out everywhere, aren't there? Are you having a good time today on the radio show?
I mean, we're just keeping you accountable.
You know, you're doing the best job in the. She is the jingle master in this episode. All the other ones like wah wah. Oh, I meant to put the hand clap in. I'm sorry, but here you're just like bang.
I know.
I mean, is that just because you're into this conversation?
It's the tacos have worn off. I'm like, I'm ready.
I have sweated the tacos out in the hot bus.
I am on it now. I'm ready to work.
Yeah. So there was another thing I was wanting to talk to you about, and I cannot remember what it was.
It's great.
Make this so awkward. Yeah, it's getting hot.
It's getting hot. Maybe we can continue this. We can have an episode 2 with Tara.
Yeah, we should. Did you have a good time at the Spider Bus episode?
I'll always have a good time with you, babe.
Oh, that was supposed to be sweet. I was like, yeah.
Like there should be a jingle that follows.
There should be an aw.
Oh.
We have the clapping.
I mean, that works. All right, it's kind of yay.
It made me like, oh, that was really fake.
I knew what it was.
Oh.
Real quick. All right, this won't take but 2 minutes. Don't play the outro
last time
song.
You said that it was 6.5.
Don't play the outro song.
Okay.
Timer starts now.
I know, breaking your schedule. So speaking of, let's pull into retail. Like you are basically the model, busy mom scenario, right? So tell us a little bit about how you behave and when you're trying to shop or get products or things like that. And do you research online ever, Tara?
Yes, we have said that, and it is super interesting because I am very much that person that I absolutely, especially if it's a pricier purchase, I absolutely do my research. I mean, I read reviews, I go to the websites and try to get every picture of it to just kind of get the full the kind of the full concept of it. I mean, I won't just go to one site. I'll go to multiple sites and kind of review it. I'll compare prices. And then, you know, I think I told you about that situation where I went to a specific pet store and went into the store, saw something there, and I was like, I know it's cheaper online on their exact website. And so I went onto the website and it said that if you order online and pick up in store, there was like a 5% discount. So I literally did that right then and there, and then walked up to the front and said, hey, I just ordered this and here it is. and you know, it was like a $7 price difference. And and I was like, I couldn't believe it that, you know, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people that walk in and that maybe are, you know, just want the convenience of just walking in. But on the other side, I mean, it's so convenient. I mean, everybody's got phones, and you can, while you're sitting at a stoplight or waiting for your kid to get out of soccer practice, you can read a review in 2 minutes. And so, you know, most people that I know do the same thing too. I mean, if you're going on a trip, you look up the pictures and you look at the reviews of the site and of the hotel. And so why wouldn't you do that for something that you're actually going to purchase to keep for a certain amount of time, you know? So
do you ever use the Googles? Do you ever go to Google and, like, when you're trying to find an item just in general that you may want, you ever like research on there to kind of just, you know, to find the best retailer or find more reviews and comments about it?
I mean, I'll just go to, I mean, whatever internet browser opens up, and I just search by, I just type in whatever I'm looking for, and then it'll just pull up, you know, I mean, wherever it's being sold. I mean, of course, you can tell the first couple of entries are usually just some random spam stuff. But then once I start seeing that if it's, you know, I don't know if I could, but like if it's Kohl's or JCPenney or Sears, and then, you know, and then I'll go through and look at each one and then be like, okay, well, this one's $15 more on this site compared to this site. And why would I even bother? And then, so then that's checked off the list. And
just kind of navigate and just flow through.
Yeah.
You're looking like the tacos are starting to you. We're getting hot in the bus.
It's getting
hot here. Yeah. All right. So, well, thank you, Tara, for joining us today. We really appreciate you.
Yes, my pleasure. No, not
okay, don't give a kiss. Okay. Rejected. Rejected.
I mean, I don't feel like that should be like.
Wow.
Why
I mean, I just thought that it was going to be cool. It would be.
Go in.
Here.
Thank you.
There it is. Oh.
See, that wasn't that hard.
Yay!
Yay! Eric got a kiss. Eric got a kiss. Tara showed some love. Eric got a kiss. This is great. What a great day. I'm a happy man now.
I'm like here for business.
I know. That's right. Let's stay on topic and let's not let love interfere anything in what we do in the business life. Crank that music up, Brooke. It is time to go because this is the ending. This is wrap-up music
because it's hot and I have had too many tacos.
Yes, and it's time for Brooke to go home and go to bed.
It's nappy time.
It is a little nappy time. Adios. Thank you.